Now, water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
The Sorcerer's role is damage and exploits. Long cast times and short cast times are available as well.
Pray permit me to help you now,
but exploiting elemental weaknesses and then high damage. Ingle is a great skill. It's the only long-range aerial attack for the staff. You can treat it like an arrow to reach faraway targets. Frazzle is weak, should be ignored. Levin is awesome. It's a favorite of mine, but for Sorcerer, there's many others that are better. Combustion, also a favorite, but again, Sorcerer. Frigger, also very cool, but Sorcerer. So we kind of skip those, although I'm a fan. Brontide I've never been a fan of. I'd rather prefer 11. Silentium, or whatever it is awesome. I love it. But with golden staves, it's just not needed. I only like it because when I choose to play without rust or golden and I want to achieve debilitations, it's awesome to have. Just like Lassitude. Blaring for blindness is useless. Blind enemies are really not helpful to us. Only Strider. That's about it. And of course we all know about Holy Focus Bolt. Its piercing damage is very high and very OP. The other elements are minimally beneficial, aside from Dark for a few, but we can still gain Dark from spells like Miasma and Maelstrom, so Dark is really not needed either. And for the Sorcerer big spells, starting with Bolide. Bolide is awesome. High Bolide and Grand Bolide are not really needed, since there's only 2 meteors assigned for each enemy. Just the standard one, cast time. Go for it. Jizzle Gizzle is powerful. Still not really a fan of it though, I usually skip it. Fulmination is very good, especially when you have pawns. It's not so great solo. Some enemies are just a pain in the butt solo with Fulmination. Seism Seism, also pretty nice. It does really good on dragons, and pretty good on Daemon. It's got the holy attribute to it. But honestly, I usually skip it as well. All these big spells I typically tend to skip. Cast times mostly. Now the bottom. Sorcerer, the best ones, the dark ones. Maelstrom, good for any situation, good for any enemy. If they do resist dark, you can still get them with gravity. Execute, that's really good for low level. If you have the stamina, your staff, your stats don't matter. You can just get a kill, get the XP. And same thing with petrification. It doesn't matter what staff you got, what your stats are. That'll still kill them. Get the XP, low level. I think just about anything can die from execute, however the fuck you say it. And a lot can die from petrification, so just going in early, low levels, killing all these high XP enemies. But then there's Miasma. Universally just good for anything. All enemies. You can set it up like a trap. You can put it in front of you and let the flying enemies fly right into it. Void Spell, don't care. Necromancy, also very awesome. Another dark one. Very high knockdown, especially good for those weak to dark. This should be the first thing that you cast when you go into a room full of enemies. It doesn't last too terribly long around you, but cast it, run in, it'll start knocking shit down. Usually when I go in as Sorcerer, If I allow myself rust and gold, then I will always have Miasma, Maelstrom, and Necromancy. Holy, for the Holy Focus Bolt. And then the other two kind of don't really matter to me. Really all I like is Miasma, Necromancy, Maelstrom, and then the Holy Focus Bolt. I've got a shit ton of dark options. Knockdown, Gravity, and Holy with Piercing. I might go in with Levin or Combustion. I do like to have Ingle for that long range. Treat it like an arrow attack. Maybe Bolide, because golems. Bolide is really good for regular golems and the metal golems, as long as you got like a safe area that you can kind of stand by and keep clear of. Conservation Augment is really good for Sorcerer. I mean, most of the spells are pretty heavy on stamina. Stability is typically a must for me while I'm casting. The wing flaps won't interrupt my cast. Unless I go with Caged Fury, then stability doesn't really help. You just gotta take it. And then I have Grit for when I do have Caged Fury with me. Articulously, of course. Also great to reduce some of the cast times. And the Worm King Ring. Yeah, I think that's about it, really. Stability, definitely. Unless you have the boots that have the stability augment. And then the typical, usual magic boost. The Adept Hat is really a perfect addition to Sorcerer. I often have to wear this, so much so that I fashion the rest of my outfit according to this damn hat. It prolongs the sigils, like Miasma, Petrification, Lassitude, that kind of stuff. The Grave Gloves that replenish stamina, or even apply the duration of the boost applied. And then the Grave Boots for either the stability or the walking speed of casting time. It's pretty nice to have. The Tier 3 rings for like Bolide and Fulmination, Jizzle Gizzle, Seasm Sasm. I don't know. I don't think they're needed. Unless you're going with Spell Sync, 3 other sorcerers, then yeah. You can have those rings and really tear shit up, Spell Sync and everything. Ultimately, I'm not a big fan of those big spells though, like Gissel and Fulmination. Holy Boon, the Tier 3 ring for that, increases the duration of how long it lasts. That one's pretty nice.
If there is aught I pray, take.
The best part of Sorcerer, though, is Spell Sync. For this demonstration, though, we are solo. So for a Sorcerer solo, best spells are quick casting spells. Miasma's quick. Holy Buff, Holy Boon, Holy Affinity takes a little bit of time to cast, but once you got it, it's quick. Necromancy is fairly quick. The only spells that really take a long time are the Bolide, Gizzle, Fulmination, Maelstrom, all those. And you know how I feel about those 5 spells. There's only one. that I actually like, Maelstrom. If you play your chess game right, you can safely cast Maelstrom or any of those big spells after already laying down certain debilitations, knockdowns with Torpor, Necromancy, all that, and then giving yourself time to cast everything appropriately. Maelstrom is the best spell for preemption, getting preemption strikes, just killing an entire room without them being aware you were even there. It'll pull them all into the vortex and then gravity and beat the shit out of them. You get the bonus of preemption, so easy work.